We're coming to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to The Lot. I'm Suzanne Marquez. Everyone's favorite fictional chocolatier is back on the big screen, but not quite as we've seen him before. Timothee Chalamet stars in an origin story of the iconic chocolatier previously played by Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
Timothee Chalamet puts his sweets up against a squad of sourpusses in Wonka.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel.
There are nods to previous versions of the character.
So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
But this is not your parents' Wonka.
It really is a different character at a different time of his life. It's before he's become this sort of reclusive, isolated guy in the factory.
When he was young, full of dreams, wouldn't take no for an answer, and has a spirit that's sort of unblemished.
I guess it's time to change the world.
The filmmakers built that world without much CGI.
That was one of the most magical things that we could experience, was being
Absolutely.
our production design and art direction was second to none on this film.
This was all real. I mean, the chocolate sets were 60 to 70% real.
How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
It actually made me love chocolate more, which is very odd because some people are like, if I had chocolate so many times over and over and over again, I would get sick of it. But it made me love it more. Maybe it's because of how good the chocolate actually was.
The best chocolate in the world.
Ooh.
Zac Efron's latest film, The Iron Claw, is opening December 22nd. His director, Sean Durkin, and co-star Jeremy Allen White were on hand as he was given a special honor in Hollywood.
On behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I now declare today Zac Efron Day in Hollywood.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I have that power.
Zac Efron!
The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce honored actor Zac Efron with a star on the Walk of Fame. He became well known in the Disney Channel's High School Musical franchise, starring in the first 3 installments of it, firmly establishing himself as a heartthrob. He took time at the ceremony to remember his friend Matthew Perry.
I really also want to mention someone that's not here today, and that's Matthew Perry, who was so kind and generous with me while we worked on 17 again.
Matthew Perry died in October at age 54. They had co-starred in the movie 17 Again.
It was so much fun, and it really did propel me and motivate me in so many ways. It really pushed me into the next chapter of my career, and for that, thank you so much, Matthew. Thinking about you a lot today.
These days, it seems like everyone is keeping up with the Kardashians, but nobody as much as Yuri Lamasbella. Her TikTok and YouTube accounts mimicking the famous sisters has a following in the millions, and she's taking it all the way to the bank.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, got a white boy on my roster.
Who's gonna believe that?
I don't know, Court. Maybe.
Doubt it.
Not the doubt. Okay.
If you scroll social media, you have definitely come across Yuri Lamasbella's TikTok account.
Did you really buy a $70 million house?
Yeah, but it was on sale.
Not a sale.
Well, this house was $70 million.
Yeah.
But my budget was $100 million.
Yeah.
So it's basically like 30% off.
Yeah.
Her spot-on impressions of the Kardashian and Jenner sisters are so popular, she has an A-list following, like Jennifer Aniston. And yes, even the sisters themselves binge watch her videos.
Yeah, I would have never imagined that Kim Kardashian knows who I am. You know, it's so epic for me still. I know it might sound small to some people, but that, like I said, they are my Roman empires. I'm like, oh my gosh, the fact that they even know I exist is crazy. And then what I love so much about them is that they like my content. They think it's funny. They engage with it. Like, they get the jokes. They get the humor. There's no ill intent towards it. And I'm having fun. They're having fun. And I love that. I love that for all of us.
It all comes from a place of love and admiration. Yuri's motto is, "You can definitely sit with us."
When I was growing up in high school and in college, I would always be told that I sounded like a Valley girl. And I never knew what a Valley girl was until when I got out of college and I like met a lot of people and they're like, oh, it's, you know, just like the way a Californian girl speaks. And I was like, that's crazy. I've never even been to California. I don't even know how that happened. And then a lot of my friends would tell me that I kind of sound like a Kardashian.
How's my baby shower planning going? This is the first time I'm hearing that Courtney's pregnant.
A few years ago, Yuri was a server and planned to be a stay-at-home mom until she started going viral. Now she's a full-time influencer. Have you ever gotten anything from them?
Yes, when I was pregnant with my first son, with my only son, Skims was so kind to send me Skims and maternity Skims, and that was when Skims had first come about. So I got one of the newest things in the beginning. Also with Poosh, that's Courtney's lifestyle brand, with Lemmy, her vitamins and supplements line. And I've gotten some 818 merch and also merch and PR packages from Kardashian Hulu, the ones that sponsor their show.
She also has a new merch line, which is appropriately titled Meow.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And she gave us some tips on how she gets into character.
For Courtney, you gotta just think as if you just hate life and just say what you want to say. So if something is like not iconic, it's just not iconic. Yeah.
What if you wrote Kravis Baby 2023? No, I hate that.
If you want to be an influencer or know somebody who does, we have tips on going viral from Viral Nation later on in the show. And after the break, we have Golden Globe nominees. And Barbie came out on top. The star and producer of the movie, Margot Robbie, is talking with our own movie critic, Grae Drake. Welcome back to The Lot. Award season is upon us with the Golden Globes less than a month away. And there's no surprise, Barbenheimer took the summer by storm, and now both movies are leading the film noms, while HBO's Succession is showing why they were the dominant drama series this year. It's Barbie's world, we're just living in it. It leads the Golden Globe film nominations with 9, with acting nods for Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, Best Director for Greta Gerwig, and Screenplay for her and her partner Noah Baumbach. 3 nominations for Original Song, including Dua Lipa's Dance the Night. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'm always number 2. I'm Just Ken. And Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For?
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer has 8, up for Best Director, Screenplay, Original Score, and Best Motion Picture Drama, leading the drama category, and a Best Acting nod for Cillian Murphy. Supporting nods went to Emily Blunt and Robert Downey Jr.
We anoint Eve. You get the bauble.
In its final season, Succession has landed a record-breaking 9 TV nominations, with Brian Cox, Jeremy Strong, and Kieran Culkin all up for Best Actor. Matthew Macfadyen, Alexander Skarsgård, and Alan Ruck face off in the Best Supporting Actor race. Sarah Snook is up for Best Actress, and J. Smith Cameron is vying for Supporting.
Was he apologizing?
I mean, did he ask?
I mean, if he were to call, then I guess we would see.
And movie critic Grae Drake is here. You've seen Barbie, I've seen Barbie. I love your outfit. And you talked to Margot, who is just a living doll.
Right. I'm so happy this movie is coming up in people's minds during award season. And it was really great to sit down with her and talk about what she's thinking about looking back.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. I mean, could you crush it any more? The pink hair, the I Am Knuff hoodie.
I refuse to remove at this point, not only because it is very warm, but because I feel like it embodies my spirit so much.
I don't have one. I want one. I need to get one. I know.
Okay. Hold on. We're going to get Mattel on the phone.
Right? I know.
I passed by a guy at a bus stop yesterday and he saw me wearing this and he goes, "Girl, you're more than enough."
Stop it. These random interactions between total strangers, I think, is the best thing to come out of this movie. I have a friend who was running on the beach wearing a pink shirt, unintentionally related, not meaning to be related to Barbie. And someone ran past and went, "Hi, Barbie." And she was like, "Hi, Barbie." And then it was just like this. It's amazing. When else does a movie kind of prompt this kind of the whole outside world to get in on the thing together? It's great.
Maybe all the things that you thought made you you aren't really you.
I wonder if you thought that applied to you at all. Like in the process of making this, is that a way that you've been enlightened?
Completely. I mean, I'd read the script 50 times before a line would hit me like that. And I would be like, God, I needed to hear, Margot needed to hear this. I remember trying to figure out some sort of thing. I was like, well, Barbie, she needs to be this and she needs to be this. And she also has to do this, but we can't have, I was like tying myself in knots. And I, as a producer at the same time, was like trying to satisfy an impossible equation. And America turned to me one day and goes, "I just want to tell Barbie that I release her from her assignment." And I sat there for like 5 whole minutes being like, a weight had been lifted off my shoulders with the pressure of making the right Barbie movie, the perfect Barbie movie, the movie that everyone wants and needs and blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, some reason she said that. And I was like, thank you for relieving me of that, of that expectation.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Did you keep those rollerblades? And also, do you ever think about dying?
Yes and yes.
I love this movie. I love her. And your outfit, I was inspired by you, so I had to put on my Christmas sweater. They are not ugly.
No, they're perfect. And it's exactly how you need to see movies, as big as humanly possible.
Right? So yes, this is IMAX merch with local chocolatier IMAX chocolates. But it's basically showing you can go to the movies and put all of your snacks in here. But yeah, IMAX is selling their own merch now, which I think is cool. And that's Barbie and Ken merch.
I know. I'm not kidding when I said I barely take this off because I'm so pumped about the existence of this movie.
And you remind me of like a little teddy bear. I just want to hug you.
Thank you. That's it. That's it. I love that this movie has been nominated for 18 Critics' Choice Awards, along with the 9 you just mentioned for the Golden Globes. And it's a $1.4 billion movie.
It's incredible. And by a woman. So many women involved, which is absolutely fantastic. You've been reviewing movies for a very long time. This does seem like such a different kind of year.
It is. It's a different year, and this movie just really captured something in everyone all over the world. You don't often see the likes of it anywhere. And so for the uninitiated, if you haven't caught the movie yet, you have to see it just to be part of this conversation, because we're going to be talking about it all the way through the Oscars. I couldn't be happier.
Yes, I remember when you'd first seen it and I hadn't seen it yet. You said you had so many feelings. I mean, it's about life, death, growing up, also not becoming what you wanted to be and worrying about the future and worrying about your children. It's so hard to describe when you think of Barbie and how much is put on her.
Totally. And I mean, it's such an unusual circumstance where a movie is about a really popular icon in pop culture, but it also is commenting on that popularity, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's a satire, which is impossible to do in the modern age. I could go on, and it was so wonderful to make eye contact with her and be like, Margot, thank you.
Yes, we are grateful, and I can't wait to see how many awards they take home. But don't go away. We have one of the stars of the new thriller Manodrome in studio and tips on how to become the next big thing on social.
Other guys, they live with you? Just like regular families. Except regular folks don't get to choose their family. We do. How would that work? Depends on you. Why do we make ourselves so much smaller than we are? Pain. That holds us back. Take back your power, Ralph! Welcome, Ralph, son, Manodrome.
Oh, is your heart pumping? Mine is. That was a snippet of the new dramatic thriller, Manodrome. The film stars Jesse Eisenberg, Adrian Brody, Odessa Young, and Sallieu Sesay, who's joining us now in studio. Thank you so much for joining us. This movie looks absolutely fantastic.
Great. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. So let's talk about what the film is about.
Sure. So, it's a thriller that deals with toxic masculinity. It's got a lot of twists and turns. I would say just watch it, because
you don't want to give it away.
There's no words that I could say right now that's going to tell you, that's going to give a summation of this movie. It's yeah.
So I'm getting Fight Club vibes too.
I tell people, I'm glad you picked up on that. I tell people it's almost like a mixture of like Fight Club, Taxi Driver, and Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain.
Fabulous.
So,
oh my gosh.
yeah.
So let's talk about your journey in the business, because these are some heavy hitters in Hollywood, and you're right out there duking it with right next to them, shoulder to shoulder.
I'm just out here duking it with them, man. You're absolutely right. So yeah, so the film's got Jesse Eisenberg, who I admire, who I really had fun working with. Obviously he was, Oscar nominated for, his film. And then Adrian Brody. I mean, he was he won an Oscar in 2004 for The Pianist. So it's great for me to be able to act with these people, with this caliber of actors. It's just a testament to what I've done to get to this point. My training with Ivana Chubbuck, going to classes, audition technique, and everything else that it takes.
That's incredible. So any stories from the set that you can tell? Are they method actors? Does everybody separate and come back together because it's so intense, this movie?
Well, it's very intense. I'll tell you, Jesse Eisenberg and I have a scene. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I will say this, that we shot this scene several times. I want to say by take 4 or 5, and him and I kind of jokingly looked at each other, and he looked at John Trengove, the director, and he's like, Sallieu, we're done, right? We're done. We've had enough of this scene, So it's a scene that people will know when they see the scene. They'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very climactic scene, and I would say, just be ready for it. It's a shocker, for sure.
That's incredible. And you're really coming out the gate big.
Yeah.
What's it like to be you in Hollywood right now on a big budget movie of something this magnitude?
It's humbling. You know what I mean? It's humbling. It's also, again, a testament to just hard work pays off, being resilient. It's a marathon. I think a lot of people think maybe you get out here in LA, you work a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, and you're on. No, it's not. It's something that requires a lot of work, a lot of studying. I'm an avid reader. I love books, not just books that have to deal with film and TV and acting, but I also read books, that work on character development. Right now I'm studying Marcus Aurelius. That may help me in a character that I play in the future.
I love this. So you're thinking big.
I am. I'm thinking very, very big. Oscars, Emmys, Golden Globes, SAGs, but again, I'm doing everything in my capacity to make sure that I get to where I need to be. You know what I mean? Because I believe that it's who you become. Once you become that person, then everything else will kind of come to you. It's a culmination of manifestation, prayer, faith, and everything else.
Well, a lot of people who watch this show are aspiring actors. They want to be in your seat. They want to be on the screen. What was it in you? Is it something you were born with, or was it your family?
To be honest with you, when I was 18, I went to college. I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I just knew, first generation, I'm from Africa, Sierra Leone, and education's big. So my mother's like, you're going to college. I didn't know what I was going to study, but I found theater, and I just fell in love with it. Fell in love with it. Auditioned for the Laramie Project. It was a play. Got a lot of different roles in that play, and I really just excelled. And it was the response that I got from the audience. When you're on the stage and you can hear people just kind of sniffling, in response to what you're doing on stage, it's liberating, So that's kind of what got me into it, and I've just been dedicated ever since. It's been many, many years. It's been probably over 2 decades now, just to get to this point,
And you're here, which is incredible.
I'm here, yeah.
I really hope you're taking this moment, because we know your name is going to be on billboards everywhere. We're going to see you up there accepting awards.
Thank you. That's the plan. That is the plan.
And first of all, where can people see Manodrome?
So Manodrome is out right now. It's on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and several other screeners. But it's available, definitely. If you look for it, you'll find it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, can't wait to see Manodrome with you. Sallieu Sesay, we saw you here first.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, so coming up, have you ever considered a career in content creating? Well, I talked to one of the bigwigs of Viral Nation who represent lots of online talent to get tips on how to find your niche and make some serious money.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
Like 50.
$50?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tipped a car?
You probably know content creators like Mr. Beast.
Oh, Ryan, this doll looks very familiar. Looks like somebody I know.
That's me.
And the adorable Ryan of Ryan's World. They're multimillionaires, but they had to start somewhere.
Now today, anything is possible if you have a phone. You can literally make your dream come true no matter what you do. So the days of, yes, I still pitch shows to traditional networks and we still work with them and they're amazing. But the days of those traditional gatekeepers telling you that you can have a presence online, do something that the world sees, those days are over. So if you have a phone and you have a perspective or you're interested in something, you can gain an audience simply by uploading videos to any of sort of the multiple social media platforms out there.
Paul Telner is head of programming for Viral Nation and has worked with some of the biggest names in the business.
In my past, I've worked with everyone from The Rock to, you name it, to Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Lily Singh, Rhett and Link, JB Smooth, Howie Mandel. I have a huge passion for comedy, both in sort of the traditional sense and also the digital sense. And then at Viral Nation, we have a full slate of shows that star some of the biggest creators in every genre today, from pranksters to professional athletes.
What are the kind of things that you're working on right now that just might, get people's creativity going, or even parents who just aren't in the know, where it's like, oh, okay, he knows what's cool. and now I'll know what's cool too.
Yeah, it's a really great question. I'm really into positivity. I'm into people who make other people laugh, feel good, and brighten up their day. So I'll give you an example. We have this amazing dance troupe called the Basement Gang. The Basement Gang came to sort of fame during the pandemic. They're best buddies. They do funny dances in the basement, hence the Basement Gang. And they're incredible dancers, but they're funny. And it's not just about the dancing, which is terrific. It's about the chemistry and the camaraderie between these guys and their best friends. And that's something I'm developing into a TV show right now with a great company out of Toronto. And, what I identified in those guys is they're like everybody else. They just want to have fun. They want to dance. They want to be silly. And we said, it's not about being the best dancer. I think those reality shows are fantastic, but this is about being funny and being quirky and being yourself. So we're developing a show with Basement Gang right now. We've got other shows we're developing with an amazing guy named Bone Collector. He's considered the best street baller in America. He basically is one of the pioneers of street basketball. So we're developing an inspirational look at his life and also talking about the street ball movements.
So you want to make a living on social media? It's not just going viral. The trick is to have an idea for making money along with your brand.
If you are brand new and you want to have a voice and you want to put yourself online, you have to figure out what you want to do. And you may not figure out exactly who you are until, if you want to say it in terms of seasons, say season 2 of whatever you're doing. But if you truly are entrepreneurial and you understand, you really have an understanding of the space, and you want to obviously have a career in this and not just have this be your side gig, but your full-time job, I think going into it, always keeping in mind, even if you don't release a product within your first year, keeping in mind what your brand is. Like if you do reviews, well, you may want to create a toy. If you're funny, you may want to create a line of t-shirts that are funny. So you don't have to do it right away, but I think keeping in that sort of 360 sort of wheel of where you're going from videos to merchandise to live touring, I think that is the business mind, because now more than ever, it's about being an entrepreneur.
It's funny sometimes when I see myself like at the store on the shelf. I see like Ryan here, Ryan here, Ryan here, Ryan here.
Yes, Ryan is everywhere. That's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Suzanne Marquez. See you next week on The Lot.